I would like really to give you an idea of the situation here in Palestine today. And I will do that by really looking at several issues that has to do with our life and with our ministry. You know, what happened on October 7th was really awful. You know, every civilian that was targeted, I mean, we don't support at all targeting from civilian people. But I guess in the States, you hear all the time the Israeli version of what happened. And I will give you today an insight into what is happening in Palestine, which maybe you don't hear in the States. I mean, I follow and I keep switching between different American channels here at home just to see how things are reported. This is why I think here you will have a different perspective to see things that maybe you don't hear in the news in the US. So let me start with an eye on the West Bank and Gaza. I guess maybe you heard some of the statistics. Right now in Gaza, over 15,000 people were murdered in this war. In fact, we think that there are additional maybe 5,000 people who are still in the rubble. So around 20,000 actually were murdered and almost 40,000 people injured. Among them, over 6,000 children, now they say 8,000, and around 5,000 women. And over 1.7 million Palestinians are displaced, including some of our staff that I will talk about later. Just to see, this is here from the New York Times, so that you see this is not like Palestinian propaganda or something. But you can see how you know, the toll on women and children is rising. The death is rising by the day, and this is only November 22nd. Now we are, as I said, almost 20,000. And women and children will be over 15,000. And whole neighborhoods, as you can see, look like that. And these pictures might be a bit old. I mean, few days old, but I will show you now really the massive destruction that Israel did to Gaza. And you can see it here in these like maps. You can see October 12th. What you see in orange, these are areas that are totally destroyed, so 100% destruction. And this is the northern part of Gaza. So we are talking here about an area that is around 80 square miles. And you can see how the destruction day by day is growing. And you can see November 22nd, almost all of the north is fully destroyed. I mean, that means homes, buildings, streets, infrastructure, water, sewage, electricity, power, everything. And so this is, if you see this, this is not fighting Hamas. This is really trying to destroy and make life unlivable in Gaza, so that the people will leave by force and if not by force, then voluntarily, because they cannot live there. At least 37 journalists in Gaza have been targeted. An additional 8 are injured, 9 are missing, because Israel doesn't want the world to know what is happening in Gaza. And so, you know, and as I said, 1.7 million people are displaced from the north to the south. And these were, like, you know, the images you would see before this pause that we have right now. But that is in Gaza. Now, unfortunately, also in the West Bank, Israel is starting to use airstrike to destroy buildings, to attack people. And this is becoming now almost on weekly basis. So what's happening in Gaza on large scale is happening now in the West Bank on smaller scale. And so since October 7th, you know, you hear in the news about the Israeli hostages who were freed, but you don't hear about, you know, that over 6,000 Palestinians were actually arrested since October 7th. Many of them are actually also children. And so this is an image you see on daily basis in Bethlehem. Israeli soldiers arresting a Palestinian young man with his eyes, you know, closed like this. And in the neighborhood of the university, in the neighboring Dahish refugee camp, this is almost every day the case, usually 4 o'clock in the morning. Israel also closed and blocked all roads leading in or out of Bethlehem, as well as out of all cities in the West Bank. So, so we cannot move with our cars except to Jericho, Ramallah, but also that is not easy. Basically, there is only one road open, but to all the villages surrounding us, all the roads are blocked, as you see. And we are not allowed to go to Jerusalem. Even all the permits that we used to have are null and void now.